Welcome to the first video from Dial B for Bollywood. And what better way to start my first video than to discuss Bollywood masala films? It's a topic close to my heart and I can't express in mere words just how much I enjoy masala cinema. I've practically grown up watching masala films, and as cliched as it may sound, they have acted as my windows to the world of cinema. So what exactly are masala films? In the context of Indian cinema, masala films are films that can be described as genre benders. These films freely mix action, comedy, romance and drama. It's like a free-for-all, a khichdi of sorts, and I say that in a good way. The origin of masala films can be traced back to the early 1970s in Bollywood, and precisely because it's a mix of different genres, masala cinema caters to a wide variety of audiences, yours truly included. So, without further ado, let me get down straight to the top 10 masala films of all time, in my personal opinion, of course. At number 10 is the film that started the whole masala cinema genre. Yadon Ki Baarat, which released in 1973, was directed by Nasir Hussain, written by Salim Javed, and has been identified by many as the very first Bollywood masala film. It featured an ensemble cast starring Dharmendra, Vijay Arora, Tariq, Zeenat Aman, Neetu Singh and Ajit. In fact, the film launched the careers of several actors, including Zeenat Aman and Neetu Singh, who became leading actresses of the 1970s. It was also the debut film for Nasir Hussain's nephews, Tariq Khan and Aamir Khan, the latter still a child actor who we all knew grew up to be one of the biggest movie stars in Hindi cinema. Now, the film deserves its place for being the first masala film alone, but I personally still remember it fondly for its Hindi soundtrack, composed by the great R.D. Burman with lyrics by Majrooh Sultanpuri. Chura Liya Hai Tumne and Lekar Hum Deewana Dil are still my personal favorites. Yadon Ki Baarat was one of the top 5 highest grossing films in 1973, and it earned Dharmendra a Filmfare Best Actor nomination as well. It's also famous for bringing the lost and found formula into public consciousness, a formula that was utilized to the hilt later by stalwarts like Manmohan Desai, but more on that later. At number 9 is a 1980 thriller film directed by Subhash Ghai, starring Rishi Kapoor and Tina Muneem, and also starring Simi Garewal in the critically acclaimed role of Kamini Verma. Can you guess the name of the film? It's none other than Curse. Despite being counted as a cult classic today, Curse was actually declared an average film at the box office. Its opening was pretty average, and the very next week, Feroz Khan's mega budget film Qurbani pretty much ensured that its run was quickly over. Rishi Kapoor himself admitted the film's failure in his interviews, and also the fact that the box office fate of the film had left him quite depressed. Director Subhash Ghai also admitted the film was probably ahead of its time. It was only years later that it was considered a classic and went on to be remade several times. So, what's so special about Curse? The film had a reincarnation plot reminiscent of old films like Madhumati, but with the role of the killer reversed. In a gender twist, Simi Garewal plays the character of a gold digger who kills Raj Kiran for his money in the most gruesome manner possible. I still get goosebumps thinking about that particular scene. Now, as fate would have it, Raj Kiran or Ravi Verma is reborn as Monty, this time played by Rishi Kapoor, who happens to be an aspiring singer. The rest of the story involves Monty plotting his revenge on Kamini Verma. As engaging a thriller as Curse is, nothing signifies the film's importance more than its music. Simply put, the music of Curse is just fantastic. Lakshmikant Pyarelal, who scored the music for the film, went on to win a Filmfare Award for their outstanding work. And with hits like Dard-e-Dil, sung by Mohammad Rafi, Ek Hasina Thi, and the chart buster Om Shanti Om by Kishore Kumar, the soundtrack proved to be a trendsetter for disco music in the 1980s. The film's background score, especially its signature tune, is still remembered as one of the most iconic signature tunes in Hindi cinema. What's more, the awesome Ek Hasina Thi encompasses a play within a play, Hamlet style, that would have made William Shakespeare smile. How's that for complexity in a masala film? At number 8 is the iconic masala film made by Manmohan Desai, Amar Akbar Anthony, which released in 1977. The film stars Vinod Khanna, Rishi Kapoor, Shabana Azmi, Neetu Singh, Parveen Babi, and of course Amitabh Bachchan. As was typical for Manmohan Desai films, the plot of the film focuses on three brothers who are separated in childhood and adopted by three families of different faiths: Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity, emphasizing the strong secular core of the film. One grows up to be a policeman, the second becomes a Qawwali singer, and the third an owner of a country liquor bar. Now, as a matter of fact, Amar Akbar Anthony's plot resembles Yash Chopra's 1965 classic Waqt, in which again a father's three sons are separated from each other. But the plot derivation aside, Amar Akbar Anthony had a lasting impact on pop culture, with catchy songs, quotable one-liners, and the inimitable character of Anthony Gonzalez. At the 25th Filmfare Awards, the film won awards for Best Actor, Best Music Director, and Best Editing. The film was remade later in Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam. Such was the film's impact. Lakshmikant Pyarelal composed Amar Akbar Anthony's soundtrack with lyrics penned by Anand Bakshi. It proved to be as popular as the film itself. Incidentally, Mohammed Rafi, Mukesh, Kishore Kumar, and Lata Mangeshkar sang together for the first and only time in their careers for the song Humko Tumse Ho Gaya Hai Pyar. My personal favorite, though, is the song My Name is Anthony Gonzalez, sung by Kishore Kumar, which is still so much fun to watch, not least in part because of Amitabh Bachchan's hilarious antics and the utter seriousness with which he recites a nonsensical monologue right in the middle of the song. Despite being a multi-starrer, the film remains a showcase for Amitabh Bachchan's amazing comic talent. His scene in front of a mirror when he is drunk and trying to console himself after getting beat up is a bona fide classic. After earning his straps as an action star, excelling in serious, brooding roles, Amitabh Bachchan proved his mettle, perhaps for the first time, in an out-and-out comic role. The film went on to become the highest grossing Bollywood film at the box office for the year 1977, which clearly comes as no surprise. Amar Akbar Anthony remains a landmark film for not only Masala cinema but also Hindi cinema as a whole. At number 7 is one of Bollywood's best known superhero Masala movies, Mr. India, which released in 1987. Starring Anil Kapoor, Sridevi, and Amrish Puri, the film's story, written by Salim Javed, was based on the 1897 novel The Invisible Man. A little less known fact is that for Salim Javed, the icons of Masala cinema, this was their last collaboration following their split. Shekhar Kapoor, who directed Mr. India, had previously directed another critically appreciated family film, Masoom, and because of that reason, producer Boney Kapoor approached him to make another film with a similar theme. Now, Shekhar Kapoor had been a fan of comic books and had always wanted to make a superhero film. He had written a number of comic books himself, and it turned out to be a dream project for him in the end. Despite predominantly being a children's film, Mr. India has attained cult status in Hindi cinema and has been considered by many critics to be one of the greatest Indian films of all time. It is also often described as the first mainstream Bollywood science fiction film, a genre that is largely absent in Hindi cinema. Mr. India emerged as the second highest grossing Bollywood film of the year, while also earning widespread critical acclaim, with most reviewers appreciating the performances of Anil Kapoor, Sridevi, and of course Amrish Puri as the supervillain Mogambo. His famous dialogue, Mogambo, Khush Hua, is still a firm favourite in filmgoers' minds. The film's soundtrack was composed by Lakshmikant Pyarelal and the lyrics were penned by Javed Akhtar. The album was released by T-Series and became a monster commercial success, with the songs Hawa Hawai and Kaate Nahi Katte receiving the most praise. Despite being a children's film, the song picturization for Kaate Nahi Katte was a bit risque for its time, although one wouldn't call it tasteless and vulgar by any stroke of the imagination. An interesting tidbit about the film is that Salim Javed had in fact asked Amitabh Bachchan to don the role of Mr. India. Bachchan, however, purportedly said The real hero of the film is an invisible character. So why do you need me? Rumor has it that Salim Javed took that as an insult, and Javed Akhtar told Amitabh Bachchan that the duo would never work with him again. Salim Khan, however, blamed Javed Akhtar for the misunderstanding, resulting in their split and making Mr. India their final collaboration. At number 6 is one of my firm favorites and an absolute iconic film in the masala genre, Don. A fast-paced action thriller directed by Chandra Barot. The film stars Amitabh Bachchan, Pran and Zeenat Aman in lead roles. In Don, Amitabh Bachchan plays a double role as a Bombay underworld boss Don and also his lookalike Vijay. The film's plot revolves around Vijay, a buffoonish slum dweller who resembles the powerful criminal Don, who is then asked by DSP De Silva, played by Iftikhar, to impersonate Don. Vijay acts as a spy for the police, with no one else apart from Iftikhar aware of his real identity. One must say that it's a very intriguing plot for a Bollywood masala film. Don was the third highest grossing Indian film of 1978 and was classified as a golden jubilee at the box office. The film spawned a Don franchise, with Javed Akhtar's son Farhan Akhtar creating a remake of Don and its sequel Don Part 2, both starring Shah Rukh Khan. It also inspired several South Indian remakes, notably the Tamil film Billa, which became a breakthrough film for Rajinikanth. There is an interesting backstory to the film and its fortunes at the box office. The film took 3.5 years to complete, and before filming was completed, producer Nariman Irani died from an accident on the set of another film. Chandra Barot, the director, had to face budget constraints but somehow managed to complete the film. Barot showed the film to his mentor Manoj Kumar, who felt that the film was too intense and needed a song or two to lighten it up. And so, Khai Ke Paan Banaraswala was added to the film. Don was released without any promotions whatsoever and was initially declared a flop in its first week. The song Khai Ke Paan Banaraswala was actually intended to be used by Kalyanji Anandji for the film Banarasi Babu and was supposed to be picturized on Dev Anand. But Dev Anand ended up not using the song. The rest, as they say, is history. Within a week of adding Khai Ke Paan Banaraswala, the song became a huge hit, and as word of mouth spread, by the second week of the film's release, its fortunes were reversed and the film was declared a blockbuster. In a nice gesture, the profits from the film were given to Nariman Irani's widow to settle her husband's debts. Now, one of the highlights of Don, for me, is the swashbuckling music of the film. The film features music by Kalyanji Anandji with lyrics by Anjan and Indiva. Kishore Kumar and Asha Bhosle both received awards at Filmfare for the tracks Khai Ke Paan Banaraswala and Ye Mera Dil respectively, both of which remain immensely popular to this day. Filmfare, which was not so kind to Amitabh Bachchan in those days, gave him the Best Actor award, which was not only well deserved but long overdue as well. As the ruthless Don, who is otherwise cool as a cucumber, Amitabh Bachchan's act remains one of the finest of his illustrious career. And what can one say about Khai Ke Paan Banaraswala? But that song requires a separate analysis of its own. The insane choreography, the rustic setting, and Bachchan's energetic performance make the song an instant classic, much derided as that term is. So that completes part 2 of my list of top 10 masala films. I hope you've enjoyed listening to my choices, and I'm sure some of you will have your disagreements as well. I've left links to buy DVDs for all these films in the description below, in case you're interested to own a copy. Let me know in the comments below what are your choices for the top masala films. I will be making part 1 of this list soon, which will contain the top 5 masala films ever made in Bollywood. In my opinion, of course. So do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified. And finally, if you did like my video, please do give it a thumbs up. See you in the next one.